All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with my boy Luke Feeney. Luke, say what's up.
Yo, yo.
And we are going to be playing the deck that won RBET New York, which is this Yugioh's Glad deck by Douglas Tepper, I believe is the name. Congrats to him on winning it all against a field of over 200 players. And I don't think many people saw this on their bingo card, but Glad has won an event online already, and now it has won an event in person. So the deck is definitely a real threat, and this build is extremely spicy. Luke, what do you think about this build?
Yeah, it's really interesting, really unique build. I like the presence of Trapstone and Wabaku. I think those cards are big players in Glads, but this build is a little different than most Glad lists in that like it's not really like a combo oriented Glad list. So it's more of like a 1-for-1 grind you out stun kind of Glad list, and like I guess it's using Yugiohs to just get on the board and be a big monster and enable your Glads to actually attack, because Glads have problem clearing big monsters sometimes. So
Yep.
Between Yugiohs and Book of Moon and Smashing Ground and all this stuff, ideally you will be able to force through your Glad attacks. Yeah, no, it's definitely a different take. It's a bit threat light, only 10 real monsters with I guess 3 proving grounds or whatnot. So you got to be careful to not lose some of your Glads. Like you only play one a quest, so if you lose that, it's kind of just gone forever, right? It's kind of bad. Yeah, but no, I mean overall it's definitely an innovative take on it, and I'm excited to try it out, I guess. What do you think, Frazier?
Yeah, no Test Tigers. I mean, I've played no Test Tiger Glad decks back in 2009, and I liked them back then. They were more stun like this kind of build. And also seeing just 1 quest, definitely that's the one thing that I'm a little nervous about, just because I know how grindy Glads can be. And quest is like the best grindy card, but I think that this deck tries to solve the problem that Glad has, where it draws too many monsters and just kind of loses because you drew too many monsters. So
yeah, that does make sense. I do question maybe a little bit whether or not, like you said, the second quest couldn't be subbed for like 1 proving ground. Like, is the choice of a GB really better than just like 1 extra actual GB? Like, I don't know because I haven't tried it, but 3 proving ground is a lot of proving ground, right? And like once you have the bestie, it's I wonder how good the next proving ground really actually is.
So. Right, that and I do like that it plays triple Compulse. I listened to his interview, and he was saying that Compulse deals with a lot of the threats. Soul Exchange is really good against Glad as we know now. Brain Control. There's also things like Stardust Dragon, which obviously everyone knows is a problem for GBs to deal with. It deals with Absolute Zero cleanly. So there's a lot of things that Compulse does. You can also obviously use it on your own monster. So if they, bottomless your 1 Glad or deprison it, you can just put your shit back in your hand, and that can be really good too. So yeah, I think that the deck is really well built. It looks like it on paper, like obviously, we haven't played it yet, but on paper it looks good. The side deck is also interesting. Triple Mask Restrict, really good against all the decks that are not Hero Frogs, like the non-Hero Frog versions, the Dream Frogs and Standard Frog Monarchs, Stun Frog Monarchs, and all that stuff. Mask Restrict is insane versus those. Closed Forest is really good against like Blackwing and Vayu and just a lot of decks, honestly. Ancient Forest is actually pretty good against like if they set Raikos and Hamsters.
Yeah. Against like Machina control, I'd bring it in too. It's good against them.
Yeah, because if they set Hamster or Raiko, it doesn't activate the flip effect. So that's kind of insane.
Really awkward to like attack with a fortress or something. Like maybe they want to attack with a fortress over your guy, which even if that goes through, then Closed Forest makes it like a 1-for-1 trade, right? So
yeah, you could tell this guy really does not like frogs too, because he saw his double Possessed Dark Soul.
That was the card I was looking at in the sideboard where I'm like, wow, we are that and Anti-Spell. In fact, he must not like Dragon Turbo either, because Anti-Spell is a card that I've not seen anyone really play. But if you think about it, it's very good in Glads against Dragon Turbo, right? Because if they set their spells, you're just gonna Bestie or Gazaris them, and then that's not gonna be a good time. So I also like that it's 40 cards. A lot of Glad decks are like 43 with like random like 1-ofs and stuff. I forgot about that. Like, people just be playing like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like they play like 42, 43, and you see like the most weird like 1-of cards, and you're like, could we really not have cut like that Sanguine to like get down to 40? Like but I mean it's fine, I don't know, like
you're right though. I forgot that a lot of the Glad decks that topped recently in person were playing way over 40. Like I'm talking, like you said, 43 was almost the norm. And I don't know how Glads got there. I think that some decks can get away with making their decks bigger. I don't know if Glads is one of them. I get the idea is because if one Glad attacks, then like you have access to almost your whole deck. But you still want to see certain cards in Glad more than every other deck probably wants to, because this deck is so fragile.
Yeah, it's also like it's kind of like I never really agreed with like the making your deck bigger to like not brick on monsters thing, like drawing too many monsters like the gadgets used to do. I never really like super agreed with that theory. And like I think what this guy's doing, where you just play less monsters and be more streamlined, is probably the better way to go about it because it gives you more of a chance to draw your more powerful cards, like you said. So
yeah. All right. Well, I think we can get into a duel on the ladder. Let's take this thing out for a spin.
A few moments later.
All right. Let's see if we can get an opponent with your fresh account right now. There we go.
All right. And so it's
It is the one thing about GBs that does suck though, is it's kind of hard to get games. Every time we do content with GBs, even when me and Kenny did the Master and Disaster a couple weeks ago, a lot of people just quit. They were just like, I'm not playing this shit. So you have Iados in your opening hand. I can't imagine you don't put it on the field, right?
I feel like the point is to summon it to dodge bottomless, and like I imagine I just go like Iados Proving Ground for like Laquari, maybe?
Yeah,
just like get big, you know what I'm saying? Just get big on the field.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's try it out, because I mean we have another Proving Ground to get Bestie next turn if we decide we want to go that route. So
yeah,
yep. All right, so so I understand Iados, like if we ever lose a monster, like if every monster ever goes to our grave, the other Iadoses are just dead, right? That's like
unless you can get them out the grave. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't set all these. Probably can set just those.
Yeah. I kind of like that.
I probably don't even have to set. I could maybe even just set Wabaku realistically, because Wabaku and Prison kind of do the same thing.
I
don't know.
I was thinking set Compulse, set Wabaku.
Okay, that's probably a little better too.
Yeah, because if they brain, the only cards I'm worried about, brain control Caius, is kind of like the one thing that kind of annoys me.
No, that makes sense. I think you're right. I didn't really think about it. I kind of just put my cards down real quick, but yeah. All right, they go set a monster, set a back or pass.
So we don't have a trap stun, so I guess we just play it like slow.
Yeah, I guess not having the compulse is also kind of bad here now, because like I would probably compulse my own monster if they mirror forced me, perhaps.
Right. But well, I mean, this is not the worst. We're up a card from going first technically, or like kind of.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we just swing? Like,
I think we swing. Yeah, Iados in if it's a hamster.
Yeah.
See if they open Mirror Force.
Oh, Duprog. Okay.
Oh, well, it's your matchup. It's the matchup that you love to see.
Alright, I imagine this EV might get Regeki breaked or something.
Oh, it's definitely not going through. There's no shot.
Yeah, I feel like probably not. Oh, no, it is. Alright. I guess we tag, but what would the set be? Like, we don't really want to get... I don't think we want to get Bestie, because it's surely like a chainable card, right? Like what would it be? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be either. Like, I genuinely have no read on it right now, besides maybe a draw trap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Draw trap as well, perhaps. I could just get like a ready or something, I guess. But ready doesn't really even do that much. Like readying a Duke Frog's not really that good. So
yeah,
I mean, I could get the Bestie and like make them use it, I guess.
Yeah, let's see what it is. I'm just curious because like I don't know what that is.
It could be torrential. Oh, is that spiritual water art? I see. All right, well that Bestie was very good then. Would you set Compulse here or no?
I don't think he had Heavy Storm turn 1.
Yeah, he didn't, right? Like, he surely would have gone heavy.
Yeah, so I would just set the Compulse and hopefully not have him draw Heavy Storm right now, is kind of how I feel.
I feel like you're supposed to... I mean, I guess, again, like, I should have set Compulse turn 1, that we wouldn't have 3 back or 2.
Yeah, you're definitely not supposed to have 3 right now.
At the point in the game we are at right now, I think playing around, like, multiple soul exchanges is better than playing around, like, one, thing.
Yeah.
One heavy.
So they're specialing the Swap Frog.
Yeah, presumably they're gonna go for a Monarch play here,
or it could be like a substitute play as well.
Yep, something of that variety.
Okay, so it's just Monarch, yeah, and they're probably going to try to banish Bestie, and you're gonna fucking put that shit right back in the hand. Yeah, absolutely not. All right, and Iados is big.
Iados is bigger than... Yeah, look at that. Iados.
Oh, Iados is real big.
They have two Treeborn, so you can't really get rid of both, but
you can...
Smashing? I could smash for damage, but there's not really a reason to.
I don't think you smash here.
I think I'd just go Bestie, Tac, and then probably get like probably ready just one of them.
Yeah, just...
start working through.
Yeah. Oh, that attack is not going through. Okay,
Alright,
he's denied. So I think that we just pass, right? Because like a fader doesn't. Fader's actually a liability on the field, to be honest.
Yeah, no. The only card I was thinking was maybe Junk Synchron if he can do something extra with fader, but I don't think it's really worth. There's no way it's worth my Smashing Crown.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. Like there's no way that's worth it.
Yeah, and I don't think that the build he's on. I mean, it could play Junk, but I think he's playing the build that plays triple
version,
right with triple spiritual water up maybe, because seeing that card main deck
like
is
the Icarus build, like the Icarus 89 deck or whatever. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Well, we could get ladded here, which would be, I guess,
also fine.
It'd be kind of annoying, but I mean, we have the 2 traps to get rid of it, so it's
yeah.
fine.
Also, Yados is just bigger than Lad off of 1 card activation, like no matter what it is. So.
Yeah, no, that's very true.
Yeah.
All
okay.
Right. Yep. I mean, I think I'm just gonna go Wallaku Chain Prison probably and just deal with Lad like perma. But
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Before you chain, what's his graveyard?
He can get back like a.
Okay, so you could just yeah, you could just banish the you could.
I think I'm gonna banish it. So.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that you could actually just let him summon Caius and attack, and it's all the same thing now.
I was just a little bit worried about him summoning Duke Frog, because like then he gets another like Duke Frog effect eventually, but I don't know. I guess like I don't think there's a reason to like I don't know. That's like it probably didn't realistically matter.
Only reason I'm even saying this, the only reason I'm saying this because we're on DB. Like if this was in person and I didn't have to worry about fucking communication issues with people in DB, I would never even say something like what I'm saying right now, because you know how clean I like to play. But because of the argument that could stem from that is the reason why I'm like, it's not worth it. He's just going to get a Caius and attack anyway, it looks like. Like we can see his intent because he summoned the Caius. So I would just be like, you know what? Just to not even get into any kind of like, you know how DB people are. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. A little petty. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I just don't even want the headache. It's sad because you have to play like that. Sometimes you get into a ruling dispute or you feel like a situation could cause one. You just say fuck it. I'm not even doing this play because remember the time we had brain control and soul exchange, and we didn't want to use the brain control or just I forget which one. It was either brain control or soul exchange. We had substitute in our hand and we didn't want to like use one of them because we felt like our opponent was going to argue us down about how priority on substitute works. If we did that whole thing like summon substitute, activate priority, and we only played technically subpar on purpose because we didn't want to get into an argument. And it's like that's the same logic my head was just now using when I was like, I don't even want to tell this guy to back up. Like is that bad on DB out here? Anyway, in terms of what the side, yeah, Heavy Storm can go.
Thinking Bottomless is
Bottomless
usually not
is awful.
great, but it's pretty good against Lad sometimes. But I mean, I don't think we cared that much. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Between 2 more probably. I could probably set down like 1 Trapstone or something at least.
Yeah, Trapstone is definitely not the fantasy against.
It's not insane. I think it's a little better against his version, but
I don't even know if that's true. Like I kind of like lowering the trap. Maybe lower another Trapstone too.
Do I keep heavy and maybe take out all the Trapstones going second? I could do that.
I like that too. Let's try that.
All right, yeah. Like, cause like I'm going first. I probably would not really want.
Yeah,
in my deck,
let's go on with this so he doesn't also just
just leave. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Always got to be conscious. I'm in full producer mode right now, so
you're good. Yeah.
This hand's broken. Has a slight conflict with Starlight Road Massacre Restrict, but honestly, if we resolve Starlight Road, I don't care.
Yeah, I think it's good enough.
Yeah, like I don't care.
We kind of need to draw a monster, but if we draw 1, like we're chilling.
Yeah, we definitely need to draw a monster. This hand is hungry.
Oh, nice.
That's a monster.
All right. Yeah, I guess I get the. I don't know. Like, there's some argument for not getting the biggest GV.
I would not get the biggest GV on open field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we probably get like maybe I get Darius because like that way. Actually, I don't get there. I don't know. I'm probably gonna tag in a Marmilla if he goes cores, right? So.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting because his build only plays a couple different GBs, so.
Yeah, it's very limited choice here. Like I think.
It's either Request or Darius, and I think since we don't have Chariot right now, I think a quest can be like sacrificed to the gods if anything had to go wrong. Because I think Darius is a little bit more important for the later game, potentially. Like, we don't have a Chariot to get recur, is kind of what I'm...
Yeah, this list only plays 2 Chariot. It doesn't side a 3rd, which I honestly, like, I think that's kind of weird. Like, I feel like Chariot's was like your best card against like certain matchups like Frogs, so...
Yeah. Literally set every single card you have.
Do I set it all? I have multiple proving grounds in my deck, so I kind of want to leave one zone open.
All right, leave a zone open. Leave one open. I'm with that.
I'll set these 2. I'm gonna keep Book in my hand because it's the only card that's like proactive that I can play.
Sure.
Like. Yeah, and then when he brings back, actually, I guess not even when he brings back. I guess just in response to Treeborn, I should activate Mask.
Yeah.
The play.
Yeah, when he activates Treeborn.
Yeah, it makes Econ slightly worse if you were to Econ to Mask there.
Yep. Oh boy. Being on the other side of this feels kind of nice though. Like I'm not the Frog player right now.
True. They have multiple back rows. Could pose some issue. We'll see.
Hopefully we draw... Damn, I wanted to draw a monster to make Starlight Road more live.
Yeah, that would have been great, but I guess we just attack and if anything goes wrong,
just kill this Fader. Or I guess we could kill... Oh yeah.
I was thinking we could kill the Treeborn and try to remove it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Now, is it time to go into...
We could also go for Bestie here?
That's what I was thinking too, yeah, Bestie. Just to get some value.
Yeah, I think that's the... We pretty much either had to attack the Treeborn and go into Ready there, or attack that and go into Bestie, I think were the 2 lines of play there. And I'm honestly not sure which one's better, but yeah, we'll find out. Decky right. Presumably targeting our Mask, but...
He has to target Mask, there's no way. There's that can't play. He literally can't even play the game. Okay.
Right. We are a little down bad to a Monarch now. This Bestie is very exposed. I guess we set a book and pass.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the other line of play might have been better for that reason. They came out a little more, but that's okay.
Yeah, live and learn. We're up a game too. See what happens. All right, he doesn't have a Monarch. This is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that is okay with me, friend.
Maybe he... No, he can't be scared to summon a Monarch, because against GBs, you just can't even afford to be afraid. You just have to say, you don't have it.
True.
Oh, that was a great draw.
Well, we'll start readying his guys, I guess.
Absolutely. This is so miserable. It's a beat a Frog player. Oh, God. All right.
I think I am gonna back row lock myself here.
I mean, it ain't really back row locking.
Really,
one of them is a Chariot.
We have a book too. Like we can just book would be like if it came to it, like we could just book our guy for just to free up the space. But
yeah, he's in a really bad spot. All right, I love it. Straight to battle phase. That's what I would do. Straight to battle phase.
Yeah, I mean this is what this deck is kind of built to do. Like most of the time with how low monsters you have, you're kind of playing off of one monster, you know.
Yep.
And I think this middle back row here, like, isn't done anything with this. So I'm gonna target this because I don't know what this is, but I feel like it's like a water art or something kind of dead. So that's the because like that one's been there for a while. Oh, okay, it's that.
I remember I said I wanted to draw a second GB earlier just so that we could play into the Starlight Road, and it was right because I felt
the only
it.
Question is, do we book our guy just to free up a zone? As bad as that is, like,
I don't think so. I think that we let that go. Also, you thinking on Torrential definitely is going to make him think of Compulse. So he thinks you have Compulse that you do not.
Yeah, interesting.
Because he would never think that you're booking to free up space. Like, I know that there's no way. I mean, I wouldn't be thinking that. Like, I'm not even on that.
I don't think I even if I was on the other side of the table, I wouldn't think that either. But it's like, a very weird line of play that you would know.
Exactly.
Yeah. If anything, I could always prison like a swap frog.
Correct.
To, like, free up a zone here.
Not yet, but if it gets to that point, yeah. Yeah, like we'll take 1,000 and we'll see if we can just
if we draw a proving
right.
But if we don't draw, if we draw like any GB,
like I'm willing to sacrifice 1,000 to keep my prison for more important things. And then what
Alright,
the fuck?
I think I'm bringing in trap stun if we play again.
Oh my god.
Well, stun Nakari. See what's up. They could have a dead trap dust shoot potentially. I feel like a lot of people keep that in versus Glads for some reason. But
yeah, he did go first, so that's possible. I can see it.
I just want to like be semi-conscious of our hand size here if possible.
Oh, definitely block. Run away. Okay, so now we're going to deprison.
Yeah, we're gonna deprison the guy. So I guess I said another book potentially, or torrent. Probably not torrent. I'm not really gonna torrent. I don't think.
Yeah, you're not gonna torrent here. So probably the book. Yeah, I would think. Because he's gonna attack over it with Swap Frog, or try to anyway. Definitely need to. And he probably has some number of discard traps or something back there. I don't know what those back rows could be. Maybe when you deprison, he's gonna water art you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you keep in water art? Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you wouldn't keep in water art.
No, not against GBs. I feel like it's so risky. I get the idea is that like if you go first, you could just kind of win the game and blow him out with seeing his hand and he's playing GBs and you take like the one linchpin and you know all his back rows, so it's really easy to pick him apart. But yeah, and this is the thing, like people just don't want to play.
We were probably winning this game.
No, we were. Let's watch the replay.
Like we went second and we're up a card already, so you know.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we like, you know, I think if I had gone for the ready line, it probably would be worse for him. So not that I actually don't think it would have changed that much, but it would have been all the worse. We go next game, I guess. So this is game 1. So both, yeah. All right. So their opening hand is just
no
lacking
gas.
like. Yeah, just lacking action, pretty much. Like no monarchs or whatever.
Yeah, no conversion. Frogs have to draw access to Treeborn Frog and also conversion for it.
Yep. They have a break and a torrential, so no matter what we hit here, it's always getting chained, which is, you know, fair enough. Oh, they draw another Soul X? Yeah, so they're just down horrendous for, like, tributes this whole game, I guess.
Right.
Like, I'm sure when we see them concede, they probably still just don't have a tribute in their hand.
And you had a looming Bestiary engraved, which is like, that's always a good feeling as a GB player.
Absolutely. Any GB can become like, you know, Darius and just pop off on them. Yeah, I will say that, like, I know they're down bad here, but I think in general, like, setting cards like Soul Change against GP is just bad. Because, like,
yeah, this is not correct for a frog player to do. I mean, blocking your Treeborn Frog is one thing. Setting this many cards for GBs to pop over time is really, really bad. Sure, it makes us think like, hey, what could they be? But at the end of the day, the GB player is still going to get rid of them. Like they're not going to say, oh, what could they be and not go for it. Like they're still going to go for it. You're playing frogs. Like I'm not afraid of bottomless trap hole against frogs ever. Like if you side bottomless in your frog deck, congrats, you're kind of bad. But
all right, do we go for one more quick one, or you think we're?
Why don't we do a part 2? We'll come back to this video because I have a tournament to run real quick in the IMNerdpodcast Discord server.
Oh yeah, you are running a local, yeah.
Yeah, I'm running a local tonight. So we'll end this here, guys, and then we will pick this up. I want to play more with this deck for sure because obviously one set and against probably our best matchup isn't indicative. I want to see how it does against other decks. So we will bring this back. I think that Luke enjoys playing GBs anyway, so he has no problem coming back on the channel, right, Luke?
Yeah, absolutely. I like GBs. We'll say game 1, Yugioh's kind of nice, but
Yugioh was nice. It actually beat the fucking Kai's.
Yugioh's kind of like solid them game 1.
Like it never left the field.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.